Hi everybody, I'm Bonnie Barker with Bonnie Bay Crochet, and today I have a very quick and easy ribbed headband ear warmer. These things work up so quickly. You can use yarn from your stash, or you can choose to use some really nice wool alpaca yarn that I chose. And let me show you how easily they go on. Oh my goodness, it feels so nice and cozy already. Well, anyway, let me show you what you're gonna need. But before I do, if you could hit that subscribe button, and I know you've heard it before, hit that thumbs up if you like the project, and that notification bell will get you all my notifications. For this project, I'm going to be using Knit Picks Woodland Tweed. I'll give you some of the stats on this yarn. It's very nice yarn. It's 80% merino wool, 15% baby alpaca, 5% viscose, 180 yards or 100 grams per skein, and this is going to be plenty to make a headband. You might actually get 2 out of the 1 skein. This is labeled as a heavy worsted weight or a number 5. However, my personal opinion is that it crochets up very much like a regular worsted weight yarn. So if you don't have this and you have extra, let's say leftover yarn in your stash, that's just a regular worsted weight, and feel free to use whatever fiber content you prefer. I'm also recommending that you have a size I or 9 or 5.50 millimeter crochet hook. And as always, the yarn needle and a pair of sharp scissors always come in handy. Okay, let's begin. We're going to start by making a slip knot. And I'm going to chain a total of 68 for my headband. I am making an adult size headband. Now, if you would like to make a smaller headband, that is fine. Just make sure that whatever number of chains you begin with, that it is a multiple of 4. If you feel like you need to make a larger headband, what I'm shooting for is a 21-inch headband with ease built in, which means that it can stretch a bit. So if you want yours to be larger than 21 inch or so, you can add multiples of 4 to the 68. I also recommend that as you after you make the chain and perhaps the first round of crocheting, you may want to just try it on just to make sure that it is going to fit and it is the size that you desire. After you've completed your chain of 68, you want to be very careful that you do not twist the chain, and we are going to join with a slip stitch to the very first stitch of this chain. Okay. All right, make sure you get the right strand. There we go, with a slip stitch. Now we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and for the record, this chain does not count as a stitch as we work this first round. And I'm actually going to crochet over the little strand here as I make the first several stitches. We're going to work double crochets in each chain all the way around, and you should have a total of 68 double crochets, or whatever number that you started with on your chain. So the number should equal the number of chains, and in order for this pattern to work out, it needs to be a multiple of 4. So go ahead and work these double crochets all the way around. At the end of this round, we're going to join with a slip stitch to the top of that first double crochet. We're not going to turn at the end of any of these rows, just want to say that out front. Okay, so now I'm going to chain 2, and each of the rows or rounds rather that we're going to do are going to look exactly the same. We're going to start with a front post double crochet, and the post stitches are just made by wrapping your hook around the stitches and giving them a belt, and then 2 back post double crochets where the hook comes around from the back side, and you just complete the stitch, the regular double crochet. Okay, and we're going to do that all the way around. 2 front post double crochets, follow that with 2 back post double crochets. So go ahead and work that all the way around, and I'll show you the join at the end of this round. At the end of this round, I'm going to join with a slip stitch to that first stitch of the round, Notice I did not use the turning chain as a stitch. Okay, so let's take a look at what you should have at this point. Okay, now I'm going to continue on and work rounds 3 through 8, doing the same thing, working 2 front post double crochets, followed by 2 back post double crochets all the way around, and then joining with a slip stitch. Let me go ahead and stop and show you with the slip stitch at the very beginning of the stitch. So go ahead and work this until you have 8 rounds. So after 8 rounds, this is what my headband looks like. It's coming together quite nicely, and I really love this yarn. It's so soft. I wish I could let you all feel this yarn, but you're just gonna have to trust me on that. Now I have 8 rounds. I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 more rounds before I finish off. It's just a personal thing. I just want it to be a little bit wider for keeping my ears nice and warm in the wintertime. So I'm gonna work 2 more rounds just like I did the last 7 or so rounds. Of course, the first round was worked with just double crochet in those chains. So go ahead, and if you want to follow along with me, I'm going to do 2 more rounds, work the same way with the front post double crochets and the back post double crochets, and then I will show you what I have. All right, so this is what I have after 10 rounds. I'll show it to you. There we go. That was the join. Now I've gone ahead and I've tried it on, and this is actually fine after 10 rounds. But since I'm a designer and I'm just kind of giving you a little glimpse into my mind, I want it to be 1 more round. So I'm going to make this an 11 round project. So I'm going to go ahead and chain 2, and I'm going to run round 11 in the same manner, and then I'll show you what I have. Okay, here's the last join at the end of round 11, and I'm going to do a little chain and a tug, and I'm going to clip a generous strand and pull it on through. And like I like to show in every video, I know some of you've seen me do this 100 times before, but you know, there are people out there who have never seen this done. So thanks for your patience as I show you how to hide this. And quite honestly, both of these, this is a reversible item. So I'm going to just pretend this is the back side, and I'm going to try to weave this strand down into my work, just like this. And you want to do this in a way that it doesn't get seen again. Okay, so I've brought it down about an inch or so, and I'm going to run it back up. Helps to give it a little bit of resistance. So if the string decides that it wants to pull out, it's going to have to work really hard to do it. It's not going to pull out, don't worry. Okay, so I'm going to pull that back up and just give it a little tug back on it, and I'm going to clip it close, but make sure you don't clip your stitches. And since we crocheted over the other strands, now if you didn't, you can go ahead and just hide that one. But this is our headband, and I am set for the winter. I hope you enjoyed making this easy headband with me today. If you did, please hit that thumbs up. And again, don't forget to hit subscribe. God bless you guys. Bye-bye.